The federal government shut down on October 1st, following Congress's failure to pass a continuing resolution, a provision that would have temporarily funded the federal government operations until a regular appropriation bill can be passed. This marks the fifth shutdown that has lasted more than 4 business days since 1981. But how do government shutdowns happen, and how will this one affect Columbia? Under the Anti-Deficiency Act, federal agencies are prohibited from obligating or expending federal funds in advance or in excess of an appropriation or other approval from Congress, according to the U.S. Government Accountability Office. When Congress fails to enact 12 appropriation bills required to fund the annual federal budget, federal agencies must cease all non-essential functions until the Congress acts. This is known as a government shutdown. According to the American Council on Education, short-term shutdowns have historically had few negative impacts on higher education, with mostly minimal changes to research and federal grant funding, student aid, and resources for student veterans and international students. With a longer shutdown, however, the effects could get worse. On September 29th, Columbia's Executive Vice President for Research, Jeanette Wing, and Vice President for Research Operations and Policy, Helen Kim, wrote to the Columbia community about anticipated impacts on federally sponsored research. The announcement outlined activities affected by the shutdown, including paused communications with federal agencies and the halting of new research grants, contracts, and awards. Peer review panels are also suspended, slowing the evaluation of pending research proposals. While most existing grants will continue, reimbursements and administrative support may face delays as the shutdown persists. These disruptions come at a particularly sensitive time for Columbia, which has already faced challenges in its federal funding. In July, the university reached a long-awaited settlement with the federal government following the termination of $400 million in federal funding 4 months earlier. The agreement reinstated the vast majority of terminated grants and restored access to billions of dollars in current and future grants. While much of Columbia's funding has returned, a prolonged shutdown could hinder research continuity, particularly regarding new grant approvals and renewals from government agencies like the National Institutes of Health, National Science Foundation, and Department of Education. The shutdown could also pose challenges for international students. Recently, Harvard University's international office informed their international students and faculty community that key federal agencies they interact with will be affected until the shutdown is resolved. Notably, the statement explains that programs like the Student Exchange and Visitor Program and U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services may experience delays in processing records and applications, while E-Verify will be entirely unavailable, preventing employers from confirming work eligibility. In the past, Columbia has responded to federal funding cuts and delayed reimbursements by instituting hiring freezes, reducing enrollment, and halting research projects. Many other leading academic institutions, like Harvard, the University of Washington, and the University of Pittsburgh, have also implemented hiring freezes and stricter budget controls amid uncertain federal funding. If Congress continues to reject annual spending bills and the shutdown persists, the university could soon face similar operational and budget constraints. Follow Spectator for continued coverage as the government shutdown and its impacts on Columbia unfold.